Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a video on my experience on having the VSG surgery in Mexico rather than having it in the United States. I went with a company called A Lighter Me. They are an amazing company. I don't regret booking with them at all. Surgery went excellent. I had no complications. The way that A Lighter Me works is that you book with them, you make a $500 deposit with them to save your date, and you have the option of making monthly payments, or whenever it's 7 days prior to surgery you can pay in full. That way you can have surgery with them. Experience that I had with them was amazing. I had no complaints whatsoever. I didn't have no language barrier because, you know, I spoke Spanish. I speak English and Spanish, so it wasn't as hard for me. Pre-op diet that I had to follow was that 14 days prior to surgery you have to follow a strict diet. In the mornings you have a protein shake, in the afternoon it's like a green salad, and at nighttime you have the option of eating 6 ounces of meat with non-starchy vegetables. And then for snacks and stuff like that you can have, you know, the non-starchy vegetables, or you have the option of eating the Sacred Heart soup or the egg roll soup, I believe that's what it's called. Have the choice to eat those unlimited popsicles, unlimited I think Jello, as long as they are sugar free. You're able to eat them while you know, while you're doing the pre-op diet. And then 3 days prior to surgery you have to do an all clear liquid diet. So it counts 3 days prior to surgery, the day before surgery, and the day of surgery. Only liquids, nothing else. And let me tell you, the pre-op diet was so easy for me. Not really easy, but easy enough for me to follow, because my husband would prepare all the meals, and you know, I would just, you know, get out of the refrigerator and just take it to work. So it made it so much easier on me, and rather than having to go out and get a salad, you know, and thinking of eating something unhealthy. That was not part of the diet. Hardest part for me was the all clear liquids diet. I was so hungry. I felt like I was going to fail, but thank God I overpassed that. The day that I flew out to San Diego, I left from the Tampa airport to San Francisco. From San Francisco I arrived to San Diego. Once my flight landed, I received a text message from a driver named Rafael. He said he was gonna pick me up, and the wait time was an hour because he had to come from Tijuana to San Diego. Once he arrived, he just confirmed that it was me, and then I was on my way over to cross the border to Tijuana. Once we crossed the border, it didn't really take that long. It only took like 20 minutes, 25. It was pretty easy. Also, once we got to Tijuana, we went straight to the hotel. They took our EKG, they took our blood work, and we had to fill out some documentations prior to surgery. After we did all that, we went to the Welcome Center, which is in the Grand Hotel, and that's the hotel that we stay in. We arrived to the Welcome Center. You just take a seat, and then they call you up once your room is ready. That way you can stay at the hotel that night. So they gave us the key to our room, and they told us if we needed anything to call the number that they give you on there. That way, in case you need anything, they'll be there to assist you. So we stayed at the Grand Hotel. It was really nice. It looked very modern. It did not look ugly at all. The beds were comfortable, the pillows were comfortable. We had, me and my companion, we went across the street to have, I had beef broth and she had pasta. It was really something because, I mean, you go to Mexico to, you know, obviously many people go for the food. Not this time, I went for the surgery, so I couldn't really eat anything, which sucked because everything was smelled so good. So that's kind of sucked for me. After that, we just came back and we just fell asleep, so that way we can well, I took a shower prior to surgery. I brought the dial soap with me because I heard that was good prior to surgery. So I took a shower, then I went to bed. They did tell me that I had to be ready, I think by 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock. So I woke up early the next morning around 6 o'clock. I just got, you know, I put a minimal makeup. I know you're not supposed to have makeup for surgery, but I decided to, you know, you never know. So I decided to wear some makeup, and so did my companion, and we packed up our stuff, and because you're supposed to bring everything with you to the hospital. Once we got to the hospital, we waited a little bit at the lobby. Hospital is very clean. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, it's a little bit outdated, but it still gets the job done. I had no problem with it. Once we got there, they told me that I had to change into the gown, so I changed into the gown. You couldn't wear anything, no bra, no underwear, nothing, so just the gown. Then they give you the compression socks. They give you like a little it's one of those little surgical hats, but they also make you wear them over the compression socks. Plus you had to have your hair tied up, that way it can fit all in that surgical cap, whatever it's called. They took my vitals and then they put the IV in me. They poked me once. They didn't have to poke me several times. I was very on my game of drinking a lot of fluids prior to surgery. That way I don't get dehydrated and have no problems with the IV, and that's exactly what happened. I had no problems with the IV. After that, started to get really bad anxiety. So I asked the nurse, I'm like, can I have some anxiety meds? So he ended up giving me anxiety meds, and with that I had fallen asleep. It was really good for me, you know. I didn't want to think about having surgery. And then in the afternoon, I'm not really sure if it was mid-morning or already considered afternoon, but the nurse came in and he's like, let's go. And I was just like, he came with a wheelchair, so I'm just like, where? I'm probably gonna be back, so, you know, I'm just gonna take my glasses with me and I'm gonna take my phone with me. So he wheels me into the OR, well, outside the OR, and I get off the wheelchair and I get onto this stretcher or whatever it's called, hospital bed. And I asked the other nurse, and I'm like, is it time for me to have surgery? I'm like, he just told me we'll be back. And so I kind of believed it, you know, I thought it was just another test. And so she's like, no, you're next. And I'm just like, what? What? I'm next? And so I was just like a little bit out of it because of the meds. So I tell her, I'm like, can you please give my glasses and my phone to my friend, and tell her to text my mom, because my mom wanted to know, you know, what was up, you know, what time I'm having surgery. So she did exactly as I told her to. And then about 10 to 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't even know how long it was, the surgeon came in. My surgeon was Dr. Covarrubias. He's an excellent surgeon. He was really nice. He spoke to me prior to surgery, assured me that nothing was going to happen to me, that I didn't have that much of a complication, that my complication rate wasn't as high considering my age and my health, how health-wise I was. I mean, everything seemed to check out fine. After that, they wheeled me into the OR. After that, I met the anesthesiologist. He assured me everything was great. He asked how I was feeling, and after that, he was like, I'm gonna give you a shot of tequila. I guess that's what he calls the anesthesia, but it worked. So it knocked me out. Like, I don't remember after he said that. Like, I think I closed my eyes, and I guess they proceeded with the surgery. I don't remember anything other than that. After I guess the whole procedure, I ended up waking up, and the first thing I could think of was, I gotta pee. I got to pee. So that's what happened. I let the nurse, I'm like, I gotta pee, you know, in Spanish. And she ended up getting the bedpan and putting it under. It's so embarrassing. But I just remember having to go twice. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I did it on the bed. I mean, it was embarrassing. But I kept on saying sorry to them, but the nurse was like, this is usually what happens. Some people do this and it's okay. And I'm just like, embarrassing. I felt so embarrassed. After all that happened, I went into they took me back to my hospital room where my companion was waiting. I'm pretty sure she was bored as hell, because I'm pretty sure would have been bored as hell, but I'm so glad she was there. I didn't feel as lonely. So you're watching this, thank you. I was told once I'm ready to start walking, I can start walking. I did not feel any major gas pains in my shoulder or anywhere else. I did feel a little. I just was really sleepy. Like, I did not want to wake up and walk. I did not want to do that. So the first night I just slept, to be honest. I did not want to get up. The only reason I got up was to go to the bathroom, which was a little difficult to get up because of the incisions. But every time I started, every time I started getting up, it started getting easier to walk to the bathroom. It wasn't such a far walk. It was just right next to my bed. But I knew that I needed to get up and walk if I wanted to relieve the pain that I had in my stomach a little. After that, the nurses were excellent. They kept on coming in to check my vitals, to check if I was good. They gave me pain medication. They were on top of everything. I think the very next day, I had to get up. I would walk, I would start to walk a little with my companion. We would go to the other floors and start walking. That did relieve a little bit of the pain. I'm so glad that, they were able to cut my stomach, because I wasn't hungry at all. I did not feel any hunger whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure I was mentally hungry, but I wasn't feeling that appetite, and I still don't. So after that, the very next day, I'm not sure if it was a nurse or the assistant, but they gave me a form. That way I can get my leak test done. And so I got up and I went to the first floor. I got my leak test done. That drink they make you that they make you take isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I always heard on the Facebook group app that it was disgusting. I didn't really care. It wasn't disgusting at all. I did pass my leak test. So yeah, it was really good that I did pass my leak test, because that means I was able to start drinking fluids. Once I got to my room and I let them know that I did pass it, they gave me apple juice, water, and Gatorade. Water made me really nauseous that I ended up throwing up blood. Throwing up blood I was told it was very normal after surgery. I just did not like the idea of throwing up. It's to me in general, even with my pregnancy, I hated throwing up, and I hate it. It's just horrible, disgusting. But yeah, that's what happened during the night. I threw up blood because I started drinking water. So I ended up working on my juice, my apple juice, and my Gatorade. After that, I think the very next day, or I'm not sure, because I'm still kind of, I forget a little, during the night or the very next day, I'm not sure. But the assistant came in to take out my drain. I was so glad they took out my drain, but those were the longest 7 seconds of my life. Like, it hurt so bad. It probably hurt like my fucking C-section. I'm not gonna lie. That pain when he took it out slowly. I felt like those 7 seconds were fucking 5 minutes or something. It hurt. But I was so glad he took it out. It was such a relief, because you don't have to have anything, you know, stuck to you anymore except the IV. After that, the gas pain started to, you know, my stomach wasn't as bloated or full of gas anymore, because I started walking a little bit more, and that drain wasn't inside me anymore. So that was a relief. The next morning, because I know they took out my drain during the night, the next morning we were discharged in the hospital, and then we head back to the hotel, the Grand Hotel, and that's where we stayed for recovery. The nurses are available 24/7 to assist you if you have any pain. But when we got back, we were at the welcome center. They hand us like this goodie bag full of the antibiotics, the pain medicine, the Pedialyte. They give you a shirt, a pen. They tell you when to take your antibiotic, at what times. 9 p.m. we start, and 9 a.m. also. You take it until you're out of it, you know. You're not technically like out of it, but you know, until you're out of the medication. We go into our room, and then we unpack a little bit, and then we receive a call from one of the other people that had surgery the very same day. They ask if we want to go across the street to have broth. And the companions, you know, they eat their food. We went over. Everyone there was amazing. Everyone was really nice. I was so glad to meet everyone. It was great meeting new people that I did not know, because I barely talk, you know. So after that, the very next day around 12, we had the beach tour. We went to this Tijuana beach. It was so beautiful. Me and my friend, we put our feet in the water. We ended up getting wet in the water. We took some fun pictures. During the ride there, everything was very beautiful. I enjoyed that part, because it gives you the ability to, you know, walk that gas off. So that pain won't be there anymore. The drivers were really awesome. They were so nice and funny. Like they know their way around Tijuana very well. They respect everyone. I had no problems with anyone. We come back, you hang out for a bit in your room, and then you fall asleep. You take a shower if you need to take a shower. I took a shower so that they can change my incisions, and I just ended up calling the number that I had to call, and they were they were in my room within 10 minutes, and they were able to change my incisions. And then the very next day, we went on a city tour, which consisted of ice cream, and then the ice cream was very good, but it did hurt my stomach. But it was still good. It was better than having liquids. After we got ice cream, we went to the pharmacy called Pharmart. He ended up talking about all the different type of medications you're allowed to take after surgery, like the B12 shots. We were able to get that for free there. He even gave us, if we wanted to, we could get a sample of the medication. That everything in Mexico is so much cheaper than so in the States, so you have the option of buying the medication in Mexico instead of buying them in the United States, just in case you don't have insurance, or if it's a little bit more costly. I had a lot of other people that were in my group that bought the medicine in Mexico instead of buying it in the United States, and that's exactly what I did too. I ended up only spending $36 for some medication, and I believe that's all I really need. I only bought what was necessary. I didn't really buy anything other than that. We go to a restaurant and we have like this broth. It's like a tomato base, but the original broth has like potato, fresh cheese, Mexican fresh cheese. It was so tasty. Like, that was way better than the soup across the street from the hotel, and obviously way better than the soup that they give you at the hotel, because at the hotel they just give you the broth, but it tastes very plain, and they give you a popsicle and they give you apple juice, but I didn't really like that. So I really enjoyed having that broth at that Mexican restaurant because it was so yummy. After that, we went to Roosevelt Boulevard, where they have like a lot of items that they sell, like souvenirs, if you want to buy a luggage and extra luggage. They have a lot of stuff there for cheap. I just ended up buying a couple of bracelets, and also some keychains, and that's about it. That's all I really bought there. I didn't really want to spend that much. After that, we went back to the hotel, and me and my companion, we were just packing up to leave the very next day. So yeah, that was my experience with having surgery with a lighter me. I'm really glad I chose a lighter me to help me with my weight loss surgery. The surgeon was amazing. Like I said before, he knows what he's doing, and I'm glad I trusted him with my life. I have no complications as of right now. I am 1 week and 1 day post-op. I'm so thankful for finding this company. I did find out about them on YouTube, and it really helped me make my decision with booking with them. I have no regrets with it whatsoever. Everyone was so nice to me, and I appreciate that they were caring enough during the whole process. I'd never felt like it, I never felt unsafe in Tijuana. So if you're thinking about having surgery in Mexico, I really would consider having it with a lighter me. I'll always be there to assist you if you have any questions. I know that you can, if you search up a lighter me official, it's a group, and you just, if you have any questions, you can always post on there any questions that you have. Many people post their experiences, and that's what I went based off, because it's good to hear other people's opinion, other people's experience. Every experience is the same, but the outcomes are different. I really hope that I am able to use this tool for a good cause, lose the amount of weight that I want to lose. I mean, a lot of people tell me that you're not even that fat, but to me, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy, and I want to live a long life with my son. I've been trying to lose weight for a lot of, I've tried everything to lose weight. It's really hard. And after finding out that my mom had diabetes, it just made me concerned that I might get it too if I continued to be on the path that I was, because I was gaining year after year. I've never been over 200 pounds, so because I'm short, I'm 4'11". Prior to pre-op diet, I was 201. Day of surgery, I was 194, and as of right now, I'm 184, a week after surgery. So I have lost I think around 16 pounds, And I'm so glad that I'm able to keep off these 16 pounds, because other than that I wouldn't been able to do it. You know, the lifestyle that I was, you know, the amount of the food I was eating wasn't healthy. I would always overeat. It was really bad. I mean, it was really bad. Like, every time I would feel sad, stressed, I would eat. Even though I was full, I already knew I was full, I would still eat, and it was bad. But now I know that the VSG surgery is just a tool to help you. As long as you put your effort, you will lose the weight. And I'm pretty sure I will put the effort, because I mean, you're only allowed to eat like 2 to 4 ounces once you're out of surgery, once you're able to actually eat. And with that, taking that into consideration, and also taking into consideration that I am so scared to eat something now, because I'm afraid like I might have a leak or something. But yeah, that's my biggest fear. Like, what if I start eating and create a leak? I will, you know, trust myself that I'll be able to pace myself with the food that I eat now and choose wiser decisions. That's my plan now. Hopefully I want to reach, to be honest, 125 to 130. If I make it, because considering the height that I am, I'm not really tall, I'm really short. That's my goal. I need like 59 pounds to go. During my first week of pre-op, let's just say I am tired of eating broth. It's just so disgusting. Like, but I know that I have to, because, you know, I can't really have any solid food. So I'm sticking to the diet plan that my surgeon put me on after surgery. So the first week, which is this week, which was the week that I just finished, was the clear liquid diet. So during that stage, I just started eating Jello, ice chips, also Gatorade, lots and lots of Gatorade, because water would make me so nauseous. Yesterday, since week 2 is now, and I'm already on week 2, so I start drinking a protein smoothie in the morning. During the afternoon, I try to eat this baby jar stage 1. I bought a couple for this week. And then I bought also like the Campbell creamy soups. I'm able to have that, so that's what I eat as a dinner. And during the day, I try to you know, complete my 64 ounces of fluids each day. It's very hard because I always take small sips, because every time that I try to take a bigger gulp or a bigger sip, it does hurt my stomach still. Things I don't like right now is that you start to get that smelly breath, and it's because I've read that it's because of your body detoxing. It's like you're detoxing from everything bad, and I hate it. It makes me want to throw up, so I ended up brushing my teeth constantly. I'm thinking of getting mints to help me with that, because I can't really take gum, because it will hurt my stomach. Not really much to talk about the first week, because it's all clear liquids. I did feel very drowsy after I came back from Mexico. I was just out of it a little bit. I would just constantly sleep. I'm not allowed to lift anything heavy, so more than 20 to 25 pounds, so I'm not able to carry or lift my son into his car seat. I'm trying to get him to, you know, get into his car seat by himself. I just make sure that he doesn't fall, and then I tie him up. It sucks, but you know, I have to follow the surgeon's procedures, you know, after surgery. But yeah, I mean, if you would like to know what happens on week 2 post-op, I'll be able to inform you guys. But I really hope I was able to provide some information on someone who's looking more into having surgery with a lighter me. A lighter me also has 2 other surgeons. I think it's Dr. Montalvo and Dr. Ortiz, and my surgeon, Dr. Covarrubias. Excellent. But yeah, you have the option of choosing the surgery. The total cost for my surgery was 4,600. It does depend if they're having any specials, or depends, and the price also depends on your BMI. Because I believe if it's over a certain amount, they charge you a little bit extra. You are able to bring one companion free. They have to pay for their food. The payment that you make also covers ground transportation, the hotel stay, everything that happens at the hospital, everything. So you just have to pay for your flight as an additional cost, and food for the companion. That's about it. If you have any more questions, please let me know below. I'll be glad to answer any question on week 2 of post-op. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye.